What's up everyone, Cam here, and today we're going to talk about how to be productive over the holidays. So Christmas is coming up and I've been getting some questions about how do you remain productive over the holidays, which is actually something I think really important to think about. And although this video will talk about the holidays, I think the lessons in it apply to being productive during any different time. So over the holidays something happens and you've got lots of different things going on. You've got family dinners to go to, maybe you're catching up with friends, maybe you've got a ton of extra free time. And so being intentional with how you spend that time is incredibly important, because you can actually maximize a lot of these opportunities to be able to still get things done, be productive, maybe get ahead on projects, and to be able to have the best holidays you've ever had. So rule number one, in order to have a productive holiday season, is you have to schedule your time. Being more intentional with your time and structuring your time is essential to getting things done. Now, I use something like a calendar, or you can use an agenda, but if you're not scheduling your time, you're gonna have a really hard time being productive over the holidays, because ultimately what gets measured gets managed. So if you're not measuring your time, if you're not structuring your time, you're not gonna manage it very well. Now the difference with the holidays is that you have a lot of random, spontaneous things coming up. And you have to be able to be adaptable. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to shift your schedule and shift your priorities based on what comes up, especially if it comes up spontaneously. But without a foundation of your schedule, you're not gonna be able to adapt it as you need to. So you have to have that foundation first. Now with that foundation, when things come up, you can adjust and adapt. And that's what being productive is really all about. This morning I had a schedule. I had an hour call and then I had another hour call, but the second hour actually went an hour and a half. But that's okay, because actually your schedule is going to shift every single day. But having a foundation and knowing what the rest of my day looked like allowed me to adjust it as I needed to still get everything I'm looking to get done. So structure is essential for you to be productive this holiday season. Now you also want to do this on a daily basis, and I use something called Get Shit Done, which is done by my friend Alexi Panos, and I don't think these are actually released yet, but if you're watching this video, go to alexipanos.com and either email her or find something on the website. Maybe it's up by the time this video goes out. But Get Shit Done allows me to structure my day based on my priorities. So there's a couple different sections in this. Also, this isn't an advertisement. Alexi's not paying me to do this. She's a really good friend of mine. I was hanging out with her this weekend and she gave me a preview of this, and this is what I use. So there's a couple different areas on this that I think are valuable for you to be productive this holiday season. Number one, what are your non-negotiables to get done on that day? So for me, one of them was this YouTube video, right? But every single day, what are the 1, 2, or 3 things that you have to get done that day to make sure that it's a productive day? And then scheduling that in to your day specifically around the different events that you have. That might mean you have to get up a little bit earlier. That might mean you have to be a bit more focused. But knowing what your non-negotiables are is essential to you being productive during the holiday season. Now, something important to understand is that during the holiday season, you might have a bit less time to work. And so you might need to shift your priorities to be less things than more things, right? When you have a normal everyday week, maybe you have time to get 3 major things done every single day. But during the holiday season, maybe you only have time to get 1. And that's okay. It's not about always having to be super productive, but just getting things done every single day that move you in the direction of your dreams. That's what this is all about. So again, adjust your plan as you need to, but every single day, what are your non-negotiables? What are 1 or 2 or 3 things you want to get done to be able to make progress and move forward? Another section about this talks about the different projects that you're working on. And I guess this is where I'll bring the next point around this subject is, during the holiday season, I think you can be productive, but sometimes in different ways. So a couple years ago, I was in St. Croix with my family. And instead of working on, a bunch of my different projects, maybe around like YouTube or videos or whatever, I focused on reading. I hadn't read very much that year and I was on vacation with my family. And so I made it my mission and one of my projects to actually read a bunch of books. I read 5 books that week, and it was awesome and I had a great time. But my family was sitting around reading a lot, and so reading was a natural fit where I could still hang out with them and still feel like I was being productive, right? So what are the projects you're gonna work on this holiday season that will help you feel productive and help you feel like you're making progress and you're moving forward? Sometimes those will be related to your business or to school or to work, but maybe sometimes they're just about your own personal development, reading, listening to podcasts, organizing your life. It doesn't matter what it is, it just matters that the project is helping you move forward. But knowing these things during the holiday season and on an everyday basis and adjusting them accordingly to your schedule, that's really where the magic happens. And it's about being able to be flexible, because to be honest, the holiday season is just one aspect of life, but throughout your normal life, your schedule gets thrown off. You have different things that come up, you have different emotions that come up, and being able to be flexible and adaptable and adjust accordingly is still exactly what you need to do. The final thing I'll say on this topic is that during the holiday season, it's very easy for your own kind of habits to get thrown off. Your morning routine, your sleep, your diet, your exercise, these different elements of your life that are the foundations for you to feel your best, they're very easy to get off because you're going out to a bunch of different events, you're having different family dinners, you don't have as much control over the food that you're eating, etc., etc. And I'm here to challenge you this holiday season, don't let that stuff get off track. I'll be going home next week, and my mom loves to bake. She even has a website called wheatfreemom.com where she has over 600 recipes of all of her favorite things. So my mom loves to bake. She makes cookies and muffins and cakes and all of this stuff, and it's all amazing. But when I'm home, I'm mindful of the fact that I don't normally eat that stuff in my everyday life. So I enjoy it, but I only enjoy it to a certain point where I'm not binging on it, because a little bit is enough. I don't need to have a ton of it, right? I really appreciate that she makes it, but I'm also mindful that it's not part of my normal diet, right? Just like I'm super intentional about exercising as much as possible every single day, every single week during the holiday season, because exercise is essential for me to feel my best. So when I'm making my schedule, I focus on what are my non-negotiables, and I make sure I schedule those in first, and exercise is always one of the first ones. And getting enough sleep, that's another one. Making sure that during the holiday season, it can be a bit more stressful. You can have a lot of different family things that, you're spending time with people that you normally may not spend that much time with, and that can bring a bunch of stress. So getting enough sleep is also important, but for me, it's making sure that you maintain those foundational habits during the holidays so that physically and emotionally you're feeling your best, and that allows you to go into these new environments and have the energy and the mood to be able to adapt and adjust as you need to. So just to recap, number 1, you have to schedule your time. Having a schedule allows you to have a foundation that's easily adaptable based on the shifting circumstances of your day. Number 2, you have to be able to adjust and adapt as you need to. That's where the game is played. So this holiday season, when something throws you off, take a step back and remember, that's the whole point of the holidays, is that you have a bunch of different things going on and you need to adapt. Number 3, what are your non-negotiables every single day, both in the projects that you're working on and in your own personal success? Making sure that you're exercising and you have a morning routine, you're eating as healthy as you can, and you're getting enough sleep, and that you're aware of what are these different projects that you want to focus on that you can find time for in whatever time you have. If you follow those steps, you'll be super productive this holiday season. You'll come out of it feeling better than ever, and that's really where you get to go into next year feeling your best, and you have the momentum to succeed at the very beginning of the year instead of at the end of the holiday season beginning from scratch. So I hope that helps you out. If it does, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave a comment. What's one thing you're going to be mindful of this holiday season to be your most productive holiday season ever? Share that in the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. And in the comments, remember that you can interact with each other. This is a community, and although, you know, I might be in this video, this is about much more than myself. It's about all of us. So interact with each other in the comments, get to know each other, find accountability partners, find extra support, and that's really where all of us can grow together. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy holiday season. I'll still be doing videos, but I hope that you have the most productive holiday season ever. And until next time, we'll talk to you soon. All right, peace. Whoop.